Hello everyone! I'm going to take you into the woods today in my little woodlet and show you how I forage for golden oyster mushrooms. Golden oysters have been growing in my woods for a little while now. I discovered some on an old tree stump back here. I can show you how to identify golden oysters. It is an invasive species. Not native to my area, but it's very edible. They have a whitish golden color to them. It looks like they have little belly buttons, I call them, on the top. They grow in these little colonies, big clusters of mushrooms together, and they do have gills on the underneath. You can see that they're a gilled mushroom. One thing that you commonly see with this type of mushroom is that they have a stem that comes out and curves upward. And they're all very easy to identify. Just take a paring knife or any kind of knife, gardening knife that I have on hand, and I try and find the base where they're connected to the stump, and I give them a little slice, and here they are. They're wonderful. You can see that there's a lot of these that grow up at once, and these I discovered, this little clump here you can see where it curves upward. They have a little bit of a curve to them. I discovered these earlier this summer, and every time we get a little bit of rain, I come back here and check, and it's amazing how fast they grow. These clusters just started 3-4 days ago, and now these are kind of past their prime. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna harvest for today back here. The rest of them are a little past. They're really best when they're small and tender like this, but I dust them off. I'm gonna go brush them off and get all the dirt and the little buggy friends off. And they're great to eat fresh. They're great in stir fries, on their own, in sauces. It's really yummy to put them in scrambled eggs. That's something that we do often. Olive oil, some scrambled eggs, and some broken up golden oyster mushrooms. It's a very yummy treat. So this is all exciting things we find in our woodlet. Such a beautiful day today. Look at that sky. Wow. So anyway, walking back to the greenhouse, you guys, I found another little cluster on our wood pile. This is some firewood that we use back here for our fire pit, and there are friends growing on one of our fire logs. So you better believe I'm going to harvest these. Actually, these are more like what I would prefer to harvest them at. They are smaller, not quite as tough, very tender. This is the perfect stage for picking mushrooms. I'm not even using my knife here. I'm just going at it and grabbing them. Yeah, I always leave a little bit behind with some spores, so that ensures that they'll continue to grow, and I can pick some more another time. I'll have to remember to check the wood pile. That's so exciting. And now we've got more. Well, here we are in the greenhouse. It is about 80 degrees, 63% humidity in here. That's always like that in the morning, especially after it rained. It rained last night. By mid-afternoon, it'll be about 100 degrees with about 19% humidity, and that's perfect for drying mushrooms. So I choose to dry my mushrooms right in the greenhouse, and it's an ideal place. At least it's worked out really well so far. So what I've got in the greenhouse now is my daughter's little fairy garden with wheatgrass and loofah sponges and some houseplants. But here is what I've done with the mushrooms. I put them on an old paper bag, and I set them right underneath the wall of the greenhouse here. In the afternoon, the full sun will be here, and it will be very bright and very hot. Right now it's shaded by a tree that we have next to the greenhouse, but these have dried really well. They're nice and crispy and beautiful, and I'm just about ready to store them away, and I can rehydrate them later for soups or sauces. They keep a very long time when you actually dry them. These in front here I just brushed off in the basket that I've got, and I'm starting to set out some new ones so you can see the difference between the fresh mushroom in the front and what these dried mushrooms look like. I do check them over one more time for little stowaway critters and a little bits of dirt that I might have missed before I pack them away. This one, I tried to dry a whole cluster at once just to see what would happen. It's taking a very long time to dry, and I'm not sure I would do this again. I'll probably break them up in future and dry individual mushrooms again, but it's fun to experiment, see what we can do. Here's what we picked today. I got to clean them off and get them over here in the sun so that they will start to dry. I have so many fresh ones in the house, otherwise I would keep them fresh. I do prefer to eat them fresh, but we can't eat all that I harvest at once. So I do like to dry them so that they have a longer shelf life. We forage a lot of things in our little woods. We have gooseberries and black raspberries and dandelions, and there's all kinds of things that we eat right out of our little woods. I did just write about it on my blog in Intuitive Gardens, a little bit about foraging and what we do, but it's very pleasant, a little peculiar, but that's me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe keep your eyes peeled. Maybe you'll find some golden oysters where you live and you can try them out for yourself. It's kind of fun to get some delicious free food right out of your woods, right out of nature. Very pleasant. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions, and I'd be happy to try and answer them for you. Otherwise, I hope that you're having a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.